Welcome everybody. This video is about 2 hours, over 2 hours painting session compressed into just over 30 minutes. It's still long, I know. In any case, that's the only way I was able to show you what I was doing November 18th, just a few days back. And yeah, that's my new setup for the winter time, or however long it's needed. My conditions here are very changing, and when it's too cold, my outside studio, which is not heated, is just not possible to do anything there. Besides, it's a mega mess at the moment after many things I wasn't able to finish this summer. It's just part of life, I guess. In any case, here I'm painting on, believe it or not, what you're seeing here is the cut out pieces from cereal boxes, my favorite support at this moment. I don't know why. It seems like just the right size, the right texture, everything about it is even the color is appealing to start doing something on. Anyways, you know, you can make paintings on anything right now. Paints are so versatile and so long lasting and sticking to everything that go ahead, make it on sheet metal if you want to, or anything else. People have been painting or cardboard, just the corrugated cardboard, for a long time, including Picasso, I think. In any ways, you see what you see. I will not talk much about what I'm doing because it's very obvious. Making abstract artwork, actually several of them in that afternoon, using various techniques and various materials. Here it's a base done in acrylic latex, and the mixed in colors and the subtleties are done with just art acrylics and some alcohol spray, and everything is blended with something like, I think, piece of card or some plastic card. It's been way fun doing all that stuff, and in weeks to come, if time allows, I will be able to process all these artworks and post them on my websites, maybe even individual pieces of video of how it was done and more information about. But for the moment, it is what it is. I worked on several artworks at the time in a very short compact space and compact time, because I kind of have a different philosophy. Once I get into painting, I like to stay doing this since I'm already in it and everything is set up and ready to go. And I very rarely go on working on just one piece. Even on my iPad, it's the same thing. I have about 100 or maybe more artworks started on iPad in digital format, and I always keep going back and forth between them and adding something, changing something, until I'm absolutely happy. Okay, this is good enough to be published and shown to the people. And same goes for the conventional type of painting which you see I'm doing here. What you see here is not necessarily a finished painting. I might come back to either one of them and add or change something, or totally scrap it, which doesn't happen too often, and maybe improve it, maybe make it worse. Maybe it will take a few years before it sees the daylight again. So it's weird. I guess if I was to work on bigger scale and have the peace of mind of not being pressured to do a lot of other things and interrupt what I'm doing, maybe it would have been different, but it is what it is. I work the way I do. What can I say? That's just how it is in life. No more excuses. I hope you see something in this video that gives you some ideas of how possibly to do artwork. I know myself, I've learned a lot by watching certain videos from a lot of artists. I don't want to get into details which and what at this moment, but one day maybe I'll make a video about the influences in the styles I work and how that came about. And yes, the influences. Everybody has those and doesn't like to admit them sometimes, but I will do that one day. So here I'm preparing another sheet of cereal box card, which will become the next project that I have in mind, and it's all happening on the spirit of the moment. I do not know what I'm going to paint. I have no preconceived ideas for most part. Maybe one or two sketches or drawings that are hanging on the board in front of me. They're kind of initial inspiration to get going, but I divert so fast from what I'm doing that I sometimes am amazed myself how this all happens. And in about 2 hours and a bit, I do not understand myself why I did this or that, but all the time the visual stimulation takes over and it's kind of automatic drive. Okay, something in my mind tells me I need to do this and this and that, and this way and that way, use this color here or there, and that's how it happens for me. It's, I guess, called intuitive painting or art creation. I also see here use just normal glue and like construction glue that would be used in schools, and I paste up a lot of things, meaning I make collage. I found out a long time ago that putting pieces of some, I don't know, not quite finished projects into something new I'm making and combining and uniting it somehow with paints and whatever else I do, it's a way of fun and a very rewarding, giving unexpected results that, who knows, probably wouldn't be possible otherwise. You know, you can't just paint everything with brush and paint at one session, and having a stack of even dirty pages which used to be palettes or for one, it's an incredible boost to creativity, and I use this all the time actually. I don't know what I'm gonna call this one because I had in mind the title of being Alien Spaceship, which I might still use, but time will show. Here I'm stuck. I really don't know where to go next from this, so I think I'm just looking at it, trying to figure out where to go with that, but I guess that wasn't going to happen today. I mean, that day. Yes. So I guess that was kind of the end for that one. I started looking at some other pieces that needed additional components, and my mind started wandering away from what I had on the surface there. I put it away as I didn't know what to do with this any further at this moment, and I started working on something entirely else. That's That's one of the things I do a lot, and ended up with a lot of artworks that are half finished or not even started. So here I'm collaging onto an artwork that looked almost finished to me, and I choose and select certain pieces of scrap material, and I'm just gonna glue them on and unite them with the composition that's on the surface at the moment. That will be, of course, glue, and I think in this case I use something called Mod Podge, which is kind of like a glue or acrylic medium. They all do the same thing. They make things stick to the surface or make them glossy and make them unite with your artwork underneath. You can actually do entire pieces like this, just pieces of bits of colored painted papers glued in a certain arrangement to make your composition whatever it will be. I shall try this one day yet. And here comes the next one. It's already in the middle of a process. What it is just basic printer paper, nothing fancy, markers and alcohol, and I just drew out the composition with markers and start filling in whatever I thought will be needed. Just an exercise in creating something else, and great fun. If you have 5-year-olds at home and you let them do this, they will love it. They will just go crazy, except they might not know where to start without some further instruction from somebody else, because we all are the same. We have to see something to experience it, to be able to reinvent it for ourselves, and that's a big part in art making. Yeah, so who knows where this will take the turn, for better or worse. We'll never know until last moment, and I think I screwed it up a little bit here with too much of this red spattering. But anyways, it all goes to drying, and I'll work on it sometime later on. And here again, reviewing certain other pieces, and here I started something ambitious. That's 13 minutes of video in, which would be in the real time about 45 minutes of actual painting time, and I finally felt a little warmed up into doing something else. This piece of unfinished art was been around, going back and forth in my hands so many times that I don't know, and I at this very moment don't have a clue actually what I've done with it, but it's here someplace. I have stacks and stacks of this stuff at this moment, preparing another cereal box cutout surface. I really like this cardboard. I don't know why. It's just the right thickness, the right stiffness, the right color. I hope the cereal companies won't get an idea and jack up the prices or change the packaging, because I would have to switch to something else, and I wouldn't like that. I actually like this material. I like this card. It's way better almost than the stuff you can buy. Well, of course, very expensive watercolor would be awesome too, but I don't really need that, because I paint in opaque paints, very rarely watercolors, which I should go back to it. I did some watercolors years back. It was kind of like a first serious attempt at doing art by me. So this is developing into an abstract painting with, as you maybe saw, some gold leaf foil pasted onto the surface, and I did a lot of things to this painting, scratching out and exposing the gold color from underneath. The original looks very impressive. Well, the actual work, when you hold it in your hands after it's dried out and everything's set into place. I'm very satisfied with this, how it turned out. Don't have a title for it yet. Don't have any idea where I'm gonna go with it, but I think it is done. And with time, it's what I will present to you on my websites. It's rather unusual that I do this video, that type video as it is here, but I thought since my iPad freed up a lot of gigabytes space, which allows me actually to edit this, I had to delete a whole bunch of applications and unfinished projects which weren't going anywhere for about 2 years. That gave me enough gigabyte room to do the editing of this video, which the whole thing is happening on iPad, the whole process of editing. I find it remarkable that such a small tablet can do all this, while my PC with 12 gigabytes of RAM and some fast processor can't even take a bite out of this type of editing. Whether it's the software or the hardware, I don't know, but the end result is little iPad can do this, while a desktop PC with Windows operating systems can't nudge the thing. So preparing more and more surfaces. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think in my mind I was preparing for a major painting operation here, which it'll eventually be that, because I need to do a lot of artworks. Here you have a better overhead view of what I was working on. The last painting that I mentioned with gold foil, and I'll get you an idea what I was doing here. Okay, so I decided to use this side app at this time, and I start here with glue. And yeah, if those pieces aren't cranked up to 4 times or 5 times speed, they become a little bit hard to watch, but that all depends. So in anyways, the glue is becoming like a sizing and also adhesive for the foil, as you can see. So almost the whole surface of the board is covered with glue, and then I stick on the pieces of the foil, which give a very interesting glimmering effect later on when you reveal them by scratching the glue and the paint that will come on top of it yet. That takes quite a few minutes in real time, doesn't it? I actually like this overhead method of capturing, and it gives a way better point of view of what's happening. So adding up some black, some silver, I think some white, and all that combined together. Well, my white doesn't want to work. I must have dried out or something. Ah, there she goes. So all that doesn't look much at this moment, but wait and see in a few minutes once it's all allowed to go with the process of what I was doing, what I had in mind here. So here is some brush blending of all the acrylic colors. Have in mind that right over top of that board at first is a layer of just white glue for sizing. It's halfway dry by now, and it's amazing because it's never dried out to make the crackling effect, which I did have in mind to have a bit of that, but I guess you need to leave the paint alone on top of the glue itself, and without blending it and mixing it in together. So yes, here, or a little bit more gold leafing. Well, actually, this is not gold leafing. I call it that, but it's just a gold color wrapper from, I don't know. I think it was coffee or something. It had that very interesting gold color, which I liked in this case. I tell you, it's quite interesting for myself to watch it. Actually, this is the first time I get to watch the entire footage that I included in video in real time, because when you're editing the clips, you never actually have the possibility to do that. I don't know why I included this here, but time will tell, I guess. Oh, I see. That's another angle of doing the same thing. It might be redundant, but it's too late right now to re-edit that, and just seeing it from another angle might give you a better view. I purposely turned out all the background noise on this video because when I was working, I was listening to a radio program, and it wouldn't be distracting to have my voiceover on this. It'd be just conflict. So this is another way of looking at the same piece. I should maybe pay attention more to this next time when I do this in do not use repetitive clips. You can fast forward this if you feel like it, because I think it's a second time around. But it is kind of obvious thing, and gold leaf is actually used very similarly, except you use oil medium of some sort. I think you can use it with acrylic medium as well. Yes, this video might be slightly chaotic because of the way it's edited and the way it's shot, but it's a learning curve for me. I am not neither a video maker per se, video editor. It's all DIY thing, and I learn as I go. I make mistakes, and I sometimes keep those experiences for the next time to not repeat this and do something more pro, but sometimes it's very hard to remember all this at once. And believe me, when you're into a painting, nothing else really is that important except what you're doing on the surface with your paints and brushes, and what's happening between you and the painting, and you try to liberate some vision, some idea, some visual effect that will be appealing, and that is so absorbing and consuming that whether the camera is the right way, the light or something, those details of technicalities, they become second ideas to worry about, or not at all. For me at the moment anyways. I guess I'll become a little bit more pro at this with time. For myself, speaking of all those things, it's much easier to work on an iPad where I have everything organized, and I don't have to worry about the lighting, I don't have to worry about angles and stuff. It's the Infinite Painter is just knows what to do. Sometimes it has its own things that are kind of surprising and upsetting as well, I discovered, but for most part it's just recording your process of creating, and you don't have to worry about it. You just include it in your video edit. Whereas here I went a little bit ambitious, and I start using two old Samsung cell phones as cameras, and editing, combining two angles of the same action footage is very difficult for me at this time. I'm gonna have to learn something how to do this. So this maybe not very much impressive at all what you're seeing here because of the reflection of the light and the angle of how the video was shot, but still gives you some rough idea. I really don't know what happened here. Something was happening off camera. Oh yes, I was cutting pieces of cardboard to use as a palette knife to blend this paint a little bit more better. So the aluminum foil has disappeared right underneath the paint, all the additional spatters, colors and blendings. I do throw paint right from my glove onto the surface. Yes, and we're nearing the end of the entire edit here. I'll lift up some paint with paper towel, I guess. Yes, I will do an individual creation of this artwork in its entirety, I guess, because it's impressive for me. That's how good it turned out. Well, this will be the end of the footage. Thank you for your time watching this. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so right now. Share it, like it, comment. All of those things will help the YouTube algorithms to promote my video work to a lot more people, and this is what I'm here for, to show this to as many possible viewers as it can be. In the end, self-promotion is the only way to get viewers, and we're making art, all of us artists, not for ourselves to have it locked up in the drawers, but for you people to be able to see it and enjoy it, and for aspiring artists, new artists, to learn some things from how we do things, whether the material you're seeing is 100% good or not. There's always something in it that is worth watching and inspiring when it comes to art videos. Right, so that'd be everything. See you on the next time in a couple of weeks. Actually, I think I'm gonna be posting this video together with 2 or 3 others at the same time. I have to start utilizing my computer time way better and combine different things to do, just because I have so many things to do all together. Right. Thank you very much again. See you next time. Bye bye. Yeah, so just on the last note here, end result, end up with 6 pretty finished artworks. Some of them are halfway there, some of them I say that's it, and they will go to a place where they will get processed by me to be posted on the internet for sale. Thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.